नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी असदिष्टारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद राधिका you can lead.
Okay. Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Rama
Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you Radhika.
Yes, sir.
We discussed that everything that God has created has a purpose, and it is impossible that any living entity or anything that God has created, there is no purpose. So we discussed about the crude oil, how the crude oil has its own purpose. It's inside the earth, and it helps in the rotation and revolution of the earth around the sun. So it's not possible that human life, which is so precious, which is we are the higher beings, we have come here without a purpose. So rather it seems logical that the human body must have come with a much higher purpose than all the other creations of the God. So we also defined life. So we defined purpose in the last session, and we defined life. We can experience that there is life inside us in the form of consciousness. We can feel the pain, pleasure, we can feel the heat, cold, happiness, distress. And only until we have the consciousness inside the body, we can feel all of this. When the consciousness is lost, we are a dead matter. So then we discussed about what is the source of consciousness. Source of consciousness is soul. So we discussed that life comes from soul. And if life comes from soul, that means the purpose of life should also come from soul. If we are the spiritual beings, then our purpose of life should also be spiritual. Yeah. And today's session is an extension of the last session. We will discuss further deeply about the purpose of life. We are not starting a new subject matter today. We will conclude this we might actually need even next one more session to conclude this subject of purpose of life. Now, since we said that the purpose must originate from the soul, because Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that we are not this body, we are the soul. We are a soul who is wearing this body, wearing the subtle body and wearing the gross body. So it's not just Lord Krishna who says this. All the religions in the world and all the scriptures in the world, they are saying the same thing, that we are the spiritual beings having the human experiences. We are the spiritual soul and we are not the body. So if we are the body, we are not the body, we are the soul. Let me ask you one question. You can turn on your chat box today. How many of you have ever ordered something from Amazon, Flipkart, any online portal? Something, yes. All of us, we have. Received one today. Yeah. So, that's great. So efficient. Now, my next question is, how many of you have ordered your body from any of these portals? How many of you have ordered your parents, your wonderful family? You just put the button family and you choose which ones we like. This is my father, this is my mother, let me pick up which one is best for me. Yeah, never. Radhika says no choice. अगर choice होती तो हम लोग अपने parents को change कर लेते. Great. So we see that these are the things which we have got without any efforts from our side in our life. We've got a healthy body, we've got a wonderful family, we've got loving parents. Somebody decided for us. Somebody decided for us that whether we are going to be human or animal or tree or a plant or a boy or a girl or who is going to be our parents, which country we are going to be dropped in India, in America, everybody. And we didn't make these decisions. We didn't make the most important decisions of our life, our own existence. We didn't decide our existence, right? So, and we also say that nothing happens by chance. कोई भी चीज by chance नहीं होती है. Everything has a creator and everything is controlled by somebody. You see the building that we are sitting in, all of us, we are all sitting in our houses. This is built by someone. We can't say that one fine day the cement and the bricks, they came flying in the air and suddenly they just put everything together and this house came into being. It's not possible, right? Because we know that behind every creation there is a creator. So same way, this body in which we are living in, it cannot come by chance. Just like this house must have an architect who made the blueprint of this house, and somebody who there were some workers who actually put the bricks together and put the bricks and the cement together and made this house into what it is now. There must be somebody who created this body for us. There must be somebody who is the creator, and there must be somebody who is the owner of this. Yeah. So just like this house cannot be made by chance, this body cannot be made by chance. There has to be a creator. So now somebody had decided for us what is our gender, boy or girl. Somebody decided for us our parents. Somebody decided our origin, everything. So is it not logical that if he only tells us, जिसने ये सब कुछ दिया हमको, somebody who gave us this body, somebody who is the owner, is it not logical that he only tells us what is the purpose of creating this body and giving us all these things like parents and house and all this beautiful life? What is the purpose? We are confused. Arjuna was confused, and Krishna gave him the purpose to fight the war for the religion, right? So we need to know who is this? Who is the owner of all this? Because if we are looking at the purpose of life, we said there is a purpose. Purpose means that why we exist. There has to be something, a reason, a cause for our existence. And life means soul. Life is coming from soul. But now who does this all belong to? Let's understand this a little bit more. So let's find who is the creator, who is the owner, and who is the owner and creator of this body, and what is the purpose that he's asking us. So Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master, he says, imagine this body like an apartment. So there are three things. Body is an apartment, soul is the occupier or the tenant who has rented this apartment, and God is the owner. And now what is the basis of giving this apartment by God to the occupier? The occupier has no ownership of this apartment. He has just acquired for a limited duration. Now let me ask you, why do we say limited duration? Why do we say that occupier has occupied this for a limited duration? Is there any relevance to the body? Is the body for limited duration? Because body will die. Yes, absolutely. Because it's mortal. So same way, this apartment is for a limited duration. Yeah. So once again, I want you to all understand this. The apartment is the body, and I am the spirit soul, and I am simply the occupier. Owner is God. He's given me this apartment according to the capacity of my paying the rent. How much rent I can pay. जितना मैं रेंट दे सकता हूँ उस हिसाब से मुझे बॉडी उन्होंने दे दिया, उस हिसाब से मुझे उन्होंने अपार्टमेंट दे दिया है. Otherwise, why will everybody not get a first class body like a rich man's body? You know, एक जो rich बच्चा पैदा होता है, when a rich boy or rich girl is born, he becomes a rich immediately at that by the virtue of taking the birth in the rich family. So at the same time, there is a poor person who is born and he is not getting the same facilities. Why? Because they are different arrangements. The different arrangements according to the capacity of paying the rent. What does it mean, capacity of paying the rent? It means that in the past life, based on our karmas and our desires, we are getting this body. So according to the karmas in the last life, we get a body, either a king's body or a cobbler's body or a dog's body or a cat's body or a plant's body, based on the past life karmas. The last life karmas decided our this birth. So we just said that we did not order. We did not order our parents, we did not order our body, yeah, on Amazon. But actually, based on the good karmas that we accumulated in the last life, we have got all of this. Such lovely parents we have got. Such a beautiful, such a healthy body we have got. And most importantly, we have got human body. We have not got a body of a lower species in the ladder. We have got human body, the most priceless body. So in a way, we decided our body in our last life. We didn't order it now, but we did order it sometime in the past lives by doing some great karmas. So we created some huge wealth of karmas to get this human life. Now, let's see what are the ingredients of this body. What is it made of? So just like the room I'm sitting in, the room you are all sitting in, it's made of bricks and stones and water and all of these things. Matter. Similarly, a body is also made of these 5 elements. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in 7.4, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. These are the God's inferior energies, God's separated energies of God. ये nature का part होती है, but these are the parts. Nature is also working on the instructions of the Lord. In nature belongs to God only. So our body and this apartment, there is no difference in the ingredients, whether this body or this apartment, they're all made of the same thing. You see 5 elements. So bones, for example, they are like the rocks inside the body, and there is so much of water in the abdomen, like urine, water. It's like the sea and the oceans inside the body. Same like the air. Air is outside and air is inside. We are breathing all the time air. You know, there is sunlight outside, there is also fire inside, which is helping us digest our food. So it's same. It's like whatever is inside is the same outside, and whatever is outside is same inside. So these are all made of the same 5 elements. What is the only difference? The only difference is the size. The ant's body and the elephant's body, made of the same ingredients, but size is different. This house has the same ingredient. This entire planet has the same ingredient. Sun planet, moon planet, all the universe has the same ingredient, 5 elements. The only difference is a small apartment and a big apartment. That's all. There's no other difference. So soul is the same. See, all the ingredients, everybody is made of the different ingredient. The quality of the soul is also the same. According to the body we have received, our intelligence levels are different. Also, although the 5 elements, everything is made of 5 elements, but the subtle elements, mind, intelligence and ego, that is very different in all the species. That is not the same. So once again, the gross body, earth, water, fire, air, ether, that's the same. Soul, that's the same. Soul is the same quality. But there is something called subtle body, software. The software is different. The software of the animals is different. Software of the trees is different. Software of human is different. A tree is standing for thousands of years. Prabhupada says so many Napoleons and so many Hitlers have gone, but the tree is still standing. Although the soul is there of the same quality, although it is also made of the 5 elements, but it is is going through some kind of punishment, is not the same intelligence. It's suffering for against all these, sunlight and rain, showers, all of this he has to go through. The trees have to go through. Same way, also the animals. Animals have to go through a lot because they don't have the control. See how humans are eating them up. Even if they don't want to be killed, but they can't control. So that's a lower species. They don't have that higher level of intelligence the way human have got. So the quality of the soul inside the animals and the trees and the humans is the same. Soul is the same quality. Gross body is the same quality. Only the subtle body is different. Is that clear so far? Super. So now what happens? This body is the apartment. Coming back to the apartment, this body is the apartment. I must possess this body to fulfill the real purpose of my life. This body is given for the purpose of my life. God gave us this apartment on rent to fulfill the purpose of our life. But what happened when we got this apartment? We started to believe that we are this apartment. And we get completely attached to this apartment. What a beautiful apartment. Let's put the nice flooring on this. Let's put the nice paint on this. Let's put a nice TV. Let's put a nice air condition. Let's put the nice carpets and sofa. So हमने वैसे apartment को decorate करना शुरू कर दिया. Same way how we started to decorate this body. इस body को हमने decorate करना शुरू कर दिया. सब कुछ इस body के लिए करना शुरू कर दिया. We completely forgot that this body is given to us on a rent for a purpose by somebody higher, God. ये हमें मिला है ऐसे. So there is a very different purpose. We forgot the whole purpose for which it is given to me. And I must utilize this body for that purpose. Again, what we are discussing today is the purpose of life. What we are saying is this body is given to us to fulfill that purpose of life. This body is not the purpose. This body is, or the bodily pleasures. Body is made of senses. Gross body is made of senses. Eyes, nose, ears, taste, buds, skin, all of these senses. Now, if we start to live our life with the purpose of gratifying these senses, that's not the purpose. These are the things given to us to actually fulfill our purpose, fulfill our spiritual purpose. The apartment is given for a limited time so that we can stay there to fulfill the purpose of by living in that apartment. Same way, this body is given to us. So many people, they don't believe in all this. People with the limited intelligence, they don't believe that all this is possible. So I don't want all of you to be a part of those people, because you're all intelligent people. That's why you're sitting in Bhagavad Gita class. Because even if those people, they don't believe it in all these facts of life, facts will remain facts. It's just like law of gravity. If you throw something from the air, it will always go down. It will never go in the air. That is a fact. The fact will remain the fact. Whether people believe it or whether people don't believe it, it will only happen as per the laws of nature. Nature has given the laws and they will stand the way they are. Our belief in it or our not belief in it is only our ignorance or our knowledge. If we are knowledgeable, we will gain that belief. If we are not knowledgeable, if we are ignorant, till the time we are ignorant, we will not have that belief. So I would like all of you to have that, or try to actually reveal that from yourself. Try to be very sincere towards this journey, and then you will have this complete belief in it. Just like so many people, when they want to see everything, they don't realize that even things like air we cannot see, but we can experience air. You see, we can experience air. Same way, we will be able to experience soul. We don't have to see soul, but we can experience soul, just like we can experience air. We don't say that air doesn't exist, even if we don't see it. Same way, even if we don't see the soul, our own self, but we'll be able to experience the soul, which is filled with happiness, which is filled with knowledge, which is totally eternal and fearless. So we can experience that. So How can we experience that? Srila Prabhupada says that if we want to understand the purpose of our life, we need to understand the spiritual laws. If we are the spiritual beings, we must understand the spiritual laws. And for revealing this spiritual knowledge inside of us, what we have to do, we have to become humble. We have to become a humble person. Only then we can surrender to these holy scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. So, for spiritual understanding, we have to create favorable circumstances in our life. जो भी कोई humble होता है, the person who is humble, what does he do when he understands something? He becomes very sincere. And when he becomes sincere, then he creates the favorable circumstances in life. Ish, can I get water? Favorable circumstances in life. Just like, if somebody wants to stay healthy, he has to create the favorable circumstances in his life to be healthy. He has to do exercise, he has to eat the right food, not eat the junk food. So only then you can expect to be healthy. You cannot expect to be healthy by eating junk food all the time and never doing exercises. Yeah, it will lead to disease for sure. Same way, if we want to acquire, or let's say reveal this knowledge within us, then we have to basically ensure that we are sincere towards it. We have to create an environment around us which is favorable towards our spiritual development, spiritual growth. आप लोग सब लोग कोशिश कीजिए कि किस तरह से आपकी लाइफ का जो स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ है वो आपका सेंटर बन जाए. So we have to become humble, very sincere. Only then it is possible. So we have to know. Humble person कैसे होते हैं? They try to know what are the rules of living this life. What are the rules of human beings? There are so many lives, so many species. तो humans के rules क्या हैं? He would like to know that. So if you ask, for example, a cat or a dog, एक cat को बुलाइए. आप सबके पास, मैं जानता हूँ, Simba and so many dogs and cats are there. If you ask them or tell them, you are not this body, you are a soul. समझ जाएंगे वो बात को? It's useless to say that you are this soul and not this body to the cats and dogs because they have the lower intelligence. They can't understand this. But humans are blessed with the higher intelligence. If we just, with this intelligence, if we mix something called sincerity, अगर हम sincerity को mix कर देंगे इस intelligence के साथ में, then oh my God, you have no idea what we can get from this life. We are right now living in a poor man's apartment. I mean, we have been given the best apartment, but we are not utilizing the facilities given to us. We are not utilizing the intelligence given to us. We are just wasting that. तो ये नहीं करना चाहिए हमको. क्या डिफरेंस है सबके अंदर? सिर्फ मेथड्स ऑफ लिविंग अलग है. ट्रीज का, एनिमल्स का और ह्यूमंस का. There is only difference of methods of living. Cats and dogs, they are living in a certain method. उनका एक method है जीने का. Fishes का एक certain method है जीने का. Humans का, Prabhupada जी बताते हैं, there is a certain method of living. And we should not lose this opportunity to know this method of living. And in that method of living lies the real purpose of our life. The real purpose of life is the method of understanding the method of living. And now, after getting this priceless life, we can't waste it. We have to cultivate the knowledge, kill our ignorance, get rid of all our fears and know the real purpose of life. So, we all have this potential. हम सबके पास ये potential है कि हम अपने real purpose को nurture कर सकें, real purpose को fulfill कर सकें, उसको जान सकें और उसको पूरा कर सकें. ये ऐसा नहीं है कि ये impossible है या ये बहुत tough काम है, बहुत दूर है, it's a far-fetched dream. No, it's very easy. It's very easy. So if you see, I don't know how many of you know, but Srila Prabhupada, जब वो अमेरिका गए थे in 1965, in just 1 year or 18 months, so many of these American boys and girls, they became devotees. Prabhupada says they are not the Vedantists. They are not somebody who have any knowledge of spirituality. They had no background. They had no, let's say, even education. Their education was all material education. There was never a mention of spirituality in their education. There was never a mention of God and soul in their education. So how is it possible that within 12 months, 18 months, they turned completely like devotees? How is it possible? What is it that they had? What do you think they had? Would you like to answer? What do you think they all had, these Americans, boys and girls? They had faith, yes. Faith in whom? At that moment, they didn't know who is Krishna. At that moment, they didn't know what is God. They had no intelligence, no knowledge. No. They had only one thing, no power. What did they have? They only had sincerity. They only had sincerity. And they only had their surrender to Srila Prabhupada. अमेरिकन के अंदर सब कमियां होंगी, लेकिन एक बहुत अच्छी बात होती है वेस्टर्न्स में, वो जो सिंसेरिटी होती है वो बहुत हाई लेवल की होती है, डुप्लीकेसी कम होती है. तो वो एकदम सिंसेरिटी के साथ में सरेंडर कर दिया उन्होंने प्रभुपाद जी को. ऑफ कोर्स प्रभुपाद जी वाज आल्सो सच अ पर्सनालिटी, सच अ pure soul who walked this planet. It's not easy that people will not surrender to him, but that was it. They had so high level of sincerity and surrender to their guru, and it happened in no time. It happened in no time. Taste, yes. Kirtan, Prasad. Chanting. Now we are complete. So, one function Prabhupada says is chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. देखिए कितना प्योरीफाइंग है. It's so purifying, electrifying. सब कुछ अंदर से चेंज होना शुरू हो जाता है. आज मान्या का आपने अगर आप ग्रुप में हैं सभी लोग, तो आपने मान्या का एक आज उसने अपना एक्सपीरियंस स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी शेयर किया. व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल रियलाइजेशन. शी शेयर्ड विद अस हाउ जस्ट Ishat, my son, he told her to just chant 2 rounds. She was in deep, let's say, pain or whatever, very sad during those days, and she started just chanting 2 rounds. उसका पूरा life change हो गया. She said, I believe in it now so much. मेरा सब कुछ, I'm completely elevated from that surface. So आप सब लोग chant कीजिए. Very simple. All of you know that. I don't have to teach anyone how chanting works. So chanting कीजिए. तो chanting is one function of the tongue, and Prabhupada कहते हैं दूसरा function क्या है? Taking Krishna Prasadam. बहुत important है हमारी लाइफ के लिए कि हम भगवान का भोग ही लें. हम बाहर का खाना ना खाएं. हम भगवान का जब तक भोग ना लगाओ तब तक हम प्रसादम एटलीस्ट जितना मिनिमाइज कर सकते हैं उतना मिनिमाइज कर दीजिए कि प्रसाद के अलावा कुछ और ना पाएं बाहर से. जितना, क्योंकि भगवान ने साफ साफ बोला एनीथिंग दैट इज नॉट ऑफर्ड टू गॉड इट्स अ सिन. हम पाप खा रहे हैं. अगर हम अपनी प्योरिफिकेशन करना चाह रहे हैं तो अपने आप को दोबारा से डर्टी नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. हम कंसीव नहीं कर सकते इसकी पोटेंसी क्या होती है प्रसाद की, बट देयर इज अ ह्यूज स्पिरिचुअल पोटेंसी. जब भगवान ने जो चीज़ ग्रहण कर ली है, जब हम वो पाते हैं तो एवरी डे वी गेट प्योरीफाइड विद दैट. एक्चुअली having Krishna Prasadam is not something just eating it for the sake of feeding yourself or for the sense enjoyment, for the enjoyment of the tongue. It's a service to the Lord. Chanting is a service to the Lord. Same way, actually taking Prasadam is a service to the Lord. हम भगवान के और उसी भाव से हमें पाना होता है प्रसाद को. In a expression of gratitude to the Lord, in the expression of ecstasy. भगवान का हमारे को रेमनेंट मिला है आज पाने के लिए, और उसी भाव से बनाना होता है कि भगवान के लिए हम ये भोग बना रहे हैं, ये खाना बना रहे हैं, हमारे लिए नहीं. तो भगवान के टेस्ट से हमें अलाइन करना होता है. तो एवरीथिंग इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. कुकिंग, एंड कुकिंग के बाद भगवान को भोग लगाने की का जो प्रक्रिया है, उसके बाद ऑल्सो हाउ वी एक्चुअली टेक दैट प्रसादम. So anyway, I was just little bit digressing, but Srila Prabhupada, he converted his young boys and girls, now his disciples, initiated disciples, just by small things like this, chanting and Krishna Prasadam, tongue. not by the mind, by the tongue. So all these things are important. So I'll now show you something we discussed in the past sessions about the temple. If you all remember, you see, this is what we discussed, कि there are 84 lakh steps. ऐसे 84 lakh steps बने हुए हैं. 84 lakh steps are the species of life. तो मैंने एक, it's just a very vague illustration, मैंने एक स्टेप एक स्पीशीज को मान लिया कि एक स्पीशीज, एक तरह की स्पीशीज को एक स्टेप है, उसके बाद दूसरा स्टेप है, दूसरा तीसरा स्टेप है, ऐसे 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 करते करते टॉप स्टेप तक जाते जाते, नीचे से ऊपर तक जाते जाते 84 लाख ये स्टेप्स हैं, और ऊपर एक मंदिर बना हुआ है जहाँ भगवान बैठे हैं. दैट इज वेयर इफ वी रीच द टॉप देन वी रीच गॉड. सो समथिंग लाइक दिस. आप देखिए, नीचे सबसे नीचे ट्रीज एंड प्लांट्स हैं, उसके बाद एनिमल्स, बर्ड्स, इंसेक्ट्स, फिर ह्यूमंस टॉप में हैं. वाई वी हैव मेड 4? बिकॉज हमने कहा था 4 लाख तरह के ह्यूमन स्पीशीज होते हैं बेस्ड ऑन द कॉन्शियसनेस. सो हम लोग कौन से वाले पे हैं? वेयर आर वी? आप लोग एक बार अनम्यूट करके बोल सकते हैं थोड़ा थोड़ा सा भी इस आंसर के लिए, ओनली फॉर दिस. वेयर आर वी राइट नाउ?
We are on the humans.
Humans. Humans कहाँ पर है?
Humans. We're at starting of this one.
We are on the top, right?
We're on the top.
Oh my God, we are on the top.
We're on the top. We can see the gate of God, but we have to do good karma to reach it.
You need good karmas to reach there. Yes, absolutely. But see how close we are. भगवान का जो भगवान जहाँ है, उनका जो दरवाजा है, वो जो व्हाइट कलर का बीच में दिख रहा है, we can actually just take some more steps and that door will be open. And we make one mistake. अगर हम मिस्टेक करते हैं तो हम कहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे? We will go down the ladder. यहाँ हम लोग फिर, और मालूम नहीं कितने जन्म हमने लिए हैं ऐसे चलते 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 चलते. Finally, after so many lifetimes, millions and zillions of lifetimes, finally we become the human. Finally we become the human. And finally we've got this wonderful body and wonderful parents. And finally, not only that, finally we are sitting in the Bhagavad Gita class where we are going to learn about what God has said to us. God ने हमें बताया क्या कि अब यहाँ से क्या स्टेप लेना है आपको. So we are so fortunate. We are so extremely fortunate to reach to this point. So आप ये जो इमेज है जो मैंने भी आपको दिखाया, शेयर किया आपसे, ये एक इमेज मैं आप ग्रुप पे डाल दूंगा कल या आज अभी. आप इस इमेज को प्लीज़, इसको हमेशा विजुलाइज करना शुरू कीजिए कि दिस इज़ वेयर वी आर. अगर हम इसको विजुलाइज करेंगे तो हमें अपना एग्जैक्ट स्टेटस पता रहेगा कि हम कितने फॉर्चुनेट हैं. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब हमें क्या करना है? अगर हम कोई भी गलत स्टेप लेते हैं तो वापस मिलियंस ऑफ लाइफ नीचे जा सकते हैं. मिलियंस जाएंगे, 1000 जाएंगे, हमें नहीं पता, लेकिन जितनी बड़ी गलती करेंगे उतना ही नीचे चले जाएंगे. Those who are eating meat and those who are really doing all kind of sinful activities, we don't know where they will go. But जो लोग मीट नहीं खा रहे हैं, अहिंसा का पालन कर रहे हैं, अच्छे अच्छे कर्म कर रहे हैं, they will of course move forward. तो मैं आपसे सबसे एक रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप सब लोग, जैसे हमने फर्स्ट सेशन किया था, ट्राई टू लिव ए सिनलेस लाइफ. ओके, बैक टू पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ. इन द लास्ट, सो हमें ये देखना है कि हमारा जो भी लाइफ का पर्पस सेट होगा उसके अंदर we will not have the greed as a source of our decision. We will not have the ego as a source of our decision, because जो भी decision हमारा greed और ego से निकल के आएगा वो हमें हमारे spiritual mission से दूर करेगा, हमारे spiritual journey से दूर करेगा. But when Ishad got sincere in his spiritual lessons, God showed him the path. He got the spiritual purpose of spreading compassion in this world. Imagine, just like anything else, can compassion become another way of living life, spreading compassion. Wow, even we were surprised the way it came to us through him. I just feel for animals. I just feel not only for animals, for all human beings. Why is there so much of greed-based civilization which has come into this being? So I want to just spread the compassion in this world. We don't know how it will happen, but I know that God is guiding us. He's practicing Bhagavad Gita every day 2 hours or 3 hours, and he's doing the deity worship and chanting every day 2 hours. So 4 to 5 hours he's just spending in his spiritual strengthening. So that sincerity is not doing it now because somebody is pushing him, because he loves it. He will come to my room and say, Papa, Gita class. So this is what happens because you start relishing it. And now he's learning also communication skills on masterclass, how to make the videos, how to do the filming, how to do the scripting, editing, because he has to set up an Instagram channel. Instagram channel क्यों करना है? क्योंकि he has to spread this compassion, spread this spirituality of guiding people. So 2 things. Practicing, 5 घंटे practice करनी है spirituality को. उसके next 5 घंटे क्या करना है? Spreading करनी है spirituality की. So 2 things only. Practicing spirituality and spreading spirituality. Practice and preach. Practice and preach. So हम कहेंगे preaching spirituality, how can this be career for me? How can this be a purpose of my life? Yes, this can be. This can be the purpose of the life. और इसमें इतना beautiful होगा कि हम practice कर रहे हैं, अच्छी चीज़ को भी practice कर रहे हैं, अच्छी चीज़ को लोगों को practice करवा रहे हैं. हम अच्छी चीज़ practice करके we reach to the happiness and we are giving the happiness. We are getting the happiness, we are giving the happiness. And all of that what we are doing, if somebody wants to become a dancer, if somebody wants to become a writer, artist, anything or anyone wants to become anything, he can actually do that in the form of preaching. All of you can do the practice and you can do the preaching. In the capacity, let's say, God has gifted us all with something. सबका कोई ना कोई स्वभाव है. Everybody has some kind of nature, and we need to find out that nature in you, and we need to get that into the preaching purpose. The purpose has to be preaching the spirituality in a different way, in a way that you like. For example, Radhika is a singer. How can she utilize her singing ability in preaching practice? Because the real purpose is उस ladder पे हम जो खड़े हैं उससे आगे जाना है, बस उससे आगे बढ़ना है. That's the real purpose. Now in आगे बढ़ते समय भगवान ने बोला है कि लेकिन कर्म तो करना होगा, बिना कर्म के तो नहीं होगा, है ना. भगवद गीता में भगवान ने पूरा कर्म योगा का चैप्टर दिया. कर्म योगा का मतलब क्या होता है? कर्म मतलब एक्टिविटी, एक्शन. योगा मतलब, तो योगा मीन्स union with God. Yoga means union with God, right? And karam means action. So doing those actions which are going to keep my union with God even tighter. That's karam yoga. Connection with God, right, Navya? So connection with God establish करना है by doing the actions. So we have to do those actions which are going to connect us to the God, which are going to unite us to the God. Yeah, whether it is dancing, singing, that's different. We can utilize all of these abilities, any of these things, into our main purpose of life, which is union with God, which is love for God. Look at Isha. The compassion cannot be any career stream. But yes, as we decide, yes, this is what I'm born for. I want to save animals. So if I know Navya, for example, she loves animals. If she decides today that I want to save animals, I want to give my life to non-violence, then God will show the path. God will definitely show the path. What we need is sincerity. अगर आप practice करेंगे 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, depending on your age also, how much you can do that, आप उतना practice करेंगे, भगवान आपको cleanse कर देंगे, cleanse करके आपका वो जो purpose है वो बाहर निकाल देंगे, उसका जो करने का तरीका है वो बाहर निकाल देंगे. भगवान तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. एक छोटे से वायरस से पूरी दुनिया को हिला सकते हैं, इनविजिबल वायरस से, तो क्या नहीं कर सकते भगवान. भगवान की एबिलिटीज तो कहाँ तक जा सकती हैं, हम इमेजिन ही नहीं कर सकते, हम कंसीव नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो आप देखिए किस तरह से हमारा पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ हम अपनी सिंसेरिटी टुवर्ड्स स्पिरिचुअलिटी से डिफाइन कर सकते हैं. Now, Ishrat has a clear purpose which comes from the soul. Each one of us have a similar journey. हम सबकी similar journey है. And I stay committed to you. That आप सबका purpose, अगर आप sincere हैं, तो I'll do my best to ensure that आप सबका purpose निकल करके आए. 8:45 dot. If you have any questions, please send in the group. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You can all unmute now.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Karthik.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is that Sachi? Sachi?
Krishna to all.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.